Hello, and welcome to my quick post-operation guide on how to convert your old Phase 2 Rex to the modern updated 2023 clone body using Hasbro's new Phase 1 Captain Rex that came out in this recent wave. So I apologize for the way I'll be demonstrating this because I made this after, I only had the idea to do this after I had already finished making the Rex, so I don't really have any whilst I was doing it procedures. But I can give a good enough description that you should be able to get the gist across. So what you'll need is, of course, the old P2 Rex, and you will need the new updated Rex for Phase 1. And what you're going to want to start off with is you're going to want to get this Rex, and you'll want to remove his helmet, his head, his pauldron, and his comma. So that when you're done with this, you just kind of have like a basic looking clone, no gear whatsoever. You will want to do the same thing with your Phase 2 Rex. You'll want to heat up his body, and you'll want to pull off his torso to get access to his belt, so you can slip the belt and the comma piece all the way off. And then you'll need to get a heat gun. You'll probably want to get a heat gun to do the torso bit as well, but you'll want to get a heat gun and apply it to the shoulder pauldron right here, and get it so you can kind of like pry it up. And on the actual figure, there is these two little pegs, if it wants to focus. There's these two little pegs you can see right there where it's clipped into his shoulder. You can either cut that off with an X-Acto, or you can just heat it up and pry it off regularly. It's up to you, as long as it's off. But if you do pry it off this way, make sure you cut off the bottom stubs to keep it attached in, so that when you attach it onto these shoulders, it will function. So when you're done with the Phase 2 Rex, you should have him pulled apart something like this, and all of their gear should be off of them. Now, here is the part where it comes down to personal preference. When you have the two Rexes, you will have the opportunity to either have the original head from the original Phase 2 Rex, or you will have the updated head from the new one. The choice is up to you as to which one you want to keep. Personally, I prefer the old Phase 2 head, but this does come with a slight downside. The peg sizes are a bit different in the old and new ones. So if you were to swap it over, this one does have quite a bit of rotation to it. Like it's quite a bit loose there. It's not going to come off, and if you push it down, you can get it to get some like grip strength on it, but the ball pegs are different, and it does wiggle a little bit more. This will not happen if you use the old one, but yeah, your personal choice. And then there is another personal choice. You can either choose to keep the Phase 1 comma, which is a bit more inaccurate, but is much easier for this process and doesn't result in any permanent damage to any of Phase 2 Rex's parts, besides cutting this off, but that can easily just be glued back on. In order to get this comma onto him, you will need to shimmy it off of his original body, and there will be a piece of fabric in the back where it loops around the belt loop, and it'll be stuck together like this. You will need to get an X-Acto blade and slightly cut it off to either try to preserve the bit, or if it breaks, just hot glue it back together where it's slightly layered over, which is what I've done here. And then you'll need to pop his legs off and put the comma up, and then shimmy it all the way up and seal it. This part is quite hard because once it's all the way up here, you have to put the belt over, which means you have to loop it through the comma and like push it up, and then you have to push all of it in as much as you can with like a toothpick or whatever to get it sat in. And if there's the super glue back here, it probably won't go all the way in, but that should do for the time being. And then once everything is on, you'll need to glue the shoulder bits right over here on the Phase 2 Rex. You'll need to get it and glue it onto the Phase 1 body. As long as you glue it just above or just onto these little rivets right here, it should stick just fine. And then just let your super glue sit for 5 minutes, and then you'll need Vallejo copper, Tamiya white, and Vallejo black, or any acrylic black paint should do. And you'll want to go down and add these tally marks that go down him on the leg in black, white along the arms, and then you'll want the copper for the weld marks that are on the side of this right here. And you'll want to let that dry, and then hit it with a Mr. Super Clear to seal it in, and bada bing, bada boom. Easy updated Phase 2 Rex. Fit in with the rest of your clones, and when you're done with it, you should have quite a bit of extra pieces if you're a customizer. You'll have the old Phase 2 Rex body and legs, and you will have an extra comma from Phase 1 Rex and an extra helmet. So if you're someone who likes to customize, you'll end up with quite a bit of extra nice pieces right there. And an extra Rex head if you choose to not use the other one as well. So yeah, and if you want to see how he scales up with the Phase 1 Rex, it's quite nice, I would say. So yeah, easy custom, happy building.